Hi everybody. Today I'm so happy to speak with Hanna Seimola. She works with environmental education program at WWF. Hello Hanna.
Hi Alex.
How are you?
Good.
We'd like to learn more about environmental education in WWF, which is an organization known first off with their conservation initiatives. So what's the place of environmental education in WWF?
Well, actually, education has been part of our organization since the beginning, but just recently we have found our official role as part of our operations. WWF's global goals are sustaining biodiversity on our planet and reducing ecological footprint. So you can see that there's a lot to do because it's us individuals who are driving the change. So helping WWF to reach those goals by education approaches, that's our role.
Oh, so, and I've heard that different WWF officers around the world, they have these environmental education initiatives, and now you're trying to kind of consolidate them and help them focus on specific areas of interest of WWF. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yes. We have education programs ongoing on about 65 offices around the world. And now me as a global education coordinator, I'm now been bringing these offices together around 4 main themes. First of all, the most evident, supporting conservation efforts. As changing dominant patterns requires a lot of learning, we are trying to find new ways to support conservation efforts.
And what are they? What are
mostly on local levels, working with the communities where the actual conservation programs are existing. But then also in global level, for example, we have a big conservation program around sustainable food. So globally, we can create a movement with individuals committing to sustainable living and food being one part of that. So there's a lot to do for educators.
Oh, so is it like focused on some of those priority areas that WWF had, like energy and I forgot what, I can't remember all of them.
Yeah, we have 6 different conservation programs. That's freshwater, oceans and forests. Then we have wildlife, climate and energy, and the 6th one being the sustainable food.
Oh, okay. So this is like the first area for environmental education to focus on those 6 priority topics, right?
Yes, that's what we are trying to do globally. Obviously, many of the offices have national conservation concerns, so their education programs are addressing those as well. But these are what we are doing globally. But then secondly, our organization, we have big commitment to UN on the Convention on the Biological Diversity, so CBD we call it. So we are official partner in raising awareness on biodiversity, the value of it, and the actions that people can take to sustain that. So lots of our education efforts are now going into that, which is quite easy for us now because that's what we have been doing since the beginning. But that's a big, until 2030, people should know what to do for sustaining the biodiversity.
And so what is this third area of interest?
Those are sort of the thematical ones, those. But then we have decided to work with the youth. That being obviously the driving force at this moment. So we have many youth empowerment and youth leadership programs ongoing. So bringing those together, and the aim obviously being to mobilize youth, but also to build not only next generation environmental leaders, but leaders of today. So we have actual sort of environmental leadership programs ongoing. That was 3, and the 4th one is obviously if we want to reach masses and build ground for sustainable living, we need to work with the formal education sector. So mainstreaming sustainability there. We have lots of teacher training ongoing and of course school programs. However, we want to really make those such that they support our global campaigns.
So those are 4 big topics or themes for environmental education on a global level for
Yes.
any offices in environment WWF offices, and this is something that you will be coordinating and strengthening.
Yes, and then I mean building the base for all of this work is trying to build and strengthen our education community. Like I said, we have now about 65 offices and about 170 educators working, so we are hoping to bring them together and build their capacity as well.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. Now we know a little bit more about the role of environmental education in WWF. Thank you, Hanna.
Yeah, thank you.